welcome to the Pink Hair Girl podcast. My name is Sally Jane and this is Rachel.
Hello.
We're very glad you could join us today, and we're pleased to say it's not as long as it has been before, and we're very happy to be back. We've been to yoga this morning and it was quite, Rachel's now doing yoga too. Did I say that? Were you doing yoga by last time? Were you? Okay. So Rachel's also doing yoga. And the first few classes I think I took her to were quite slower. Didn't you go to
Second Monday.
Okay.
Was slow. Monday was slow.
And then this Monday is the Hatha class, and it's a lot more sort of flowing and fast than some of the Wednesday morning is a little bit of flow, and then it's more yin, so you hold some of the positions for longer. And the Thursday night one I go to is all yin, so you hold the positions for sort of 3 or 4 minutes or whatever. But this was far more sort of a vinyasa flowy style. So we were up in tabletop, halfway folds, halfway lift, downward dogs, half plane.
Mom doesn't like Monday classes.
You see, I'm not very coordinated. And so when the instructor's saying take your right hand into this, it's taking me about 20 minutes to figure out which is my right hand in the first place. And then put your left knee on this bit and then twist this one over here and all the rest. At least with I seem to have a hair on I'm seeing on the camera I have a hair. Oh, there we go. It was straight. So it takes, when you've got a few minutes to get a pose, like the yin pose, and then you stay in it, then there's not as much pressure to make sure that you're doing the right thing all the time, which is why I've always been hopeless at aerobics classes. I went to a step class once. You've never been to a step class, have you? Like, there were these 2 little brick kind of things, and then you put a plastic board over it that sits over it, makes a step. You can have 2 or whatever it is. And then it's like an aerobic class around the step, but you're stepping up and stepping down and stepping left and right. Okay. And actually this is left, but anyway.
That's left, that's right.
Anyway, and I was up when I should have been down and left when I should have been right. At one point, the instructor was laughing so much at me that she lost track of where she was supposed to be in the thing. So I avoid all kinds of anything that involves coordination, from ballet as a child to aerobics to step classes to all of this. I mean, look, yoga is not that fast. It's certainly not quite an aerobics class, but it was a bit of a cardio workout this morning. I was like up and down and then holding plank, and at one point we had to warrior something, and then in this deep lunge, like this really deep lunge, and they had to hold it. And my leg was shaking. When you were doing that like sewing machine thing, your leg is doing. Anyway, it was quite fun. So that's what we did this morning, and we are now all showered and recovered and not looking quite so hot and bothered. It's really cold here at the moment. There's been for South Africa, quite a lot of snow, because we don't normally get snow at all. If we do, it's kind of a dusting on the very high mountains. But
there's no snow on the ground.
Well, in KwaZulu-Natal, somebody sent me some pictures of like a lot of snow. Look at this. So where are they? Well, that's a fair amount of snow. That's a table. That's a lot of snow.
Let's go visit them.
Well, somebody's apparently stuck in a chalet there somewhere. I mean, that's quite a lot of snow.
Let's go visit them. Can we go, Mom?
No, love. It's hours away 12 hours away from here. So yeah, I mean that's a fair amount of snow for South Africa. Look, I know that those of you that really get snow are laughing, but we have no infrastructure to deal with snow at all. There are no snow vehicles, there is no snow plows, there is no salt for the roads, there's no snow tires. I mean, if it was to snow in my street, we'd be stuck, because there's nothing that can come and clear anything away off the main roads or anything. So our main motorway from here, both from here to Durban and also from Johannesburg down to Durban into KwaZulu-Natal, is closed. The whole freeway is closed off because, snow. We don't get snow.
So we can't visit them?
No. I am supposed to be flying to see my sister on Thursday, But I think the weather's it's just raining at the moment in Durban, but it's not. But apparently it's a bit cold. Durban never gets cold. Like they wear their shorts and t-shirts year round. And in winter, it might kind of go down to about 20, maybe sort of 24 in your daytime temperature.
We should go visit Durban.
Yeah, but in summer, it's very humid and very hot. The humidity, I think, is quite hard to deal with. But they're even having a bit of chilly. They're moaning that they've had to get their sweaters out. For the first time all year, they've had to take a sweater out. So, yeah, that was yoga and the weather. And, yeah, that's about all. Let's get on with what anybody's...
Everybody's probably bored.
What? Yes, let's get on with the knitting by now. Hey. So, last week... Oh, I got new glasses.
I think everyone's noticed.
Do you think they noticed by now? Well, just in case they hadn't, I'm telling them. My dad didn't notice when Grandpa came yesterday. But there again, I mean, he doesn't normally notice these sort of things. You could probably shave your hair off. Or maybe he would notice.
Grandpa would notice.
Yeah, maybe. But no, he liked them. There was a lot of sort of discussions about which glasses I should get, because I quite like these, but they're much bigger than my glasses before. And Emma's first reaction, the geek's first reaction, was that they were a bit big. But then as he got used to them, he actually quite liked them. And the only ones that I totally fell in love with. I fell in love with them when I saw them, and then I tried on just about every other pair of glasses in the whole optometrist. And some of them were nice, but I didn't love any of them. I love these. And they even got me another pair in a different colour to see if I liked them. And I didn't.
Because everyone said they were too big.
Yeah. And so I didn't care, and I got them anyway, and I love them. They are quite big. They're darker on top, and then they sort of a pinky colour on the bottom. I suppose they're slightly wide for my face. I don't care. As Cara said on Instagram, they give you a bigger field of vision. You know, you've got a greater area of corrected vision to see out of. So yeah.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Yeah, no, it's a good thing. So the more of you can look further over, and you can see.
It's a bad thing, because
What?
you could be watching TV and you wouldn't be able to see us sneaking out.
Oh right. Well. So
little blobs and you'd never see it.
Yeah, little blobs. I can hear, you know, and you guys are not very.
I'm good at being quiet. The boys suck.
Yeah. What do you call stealth moves on not high on your thing?
I'm quite good at coming up quietly.
Are you good at stealth?
Except when I'm being at the bed. Be quiet. Be quiet. Quiet.
So last week on Tuesday was Monday. 18th of July was Mandela's birthday. And so on the 18th of July, you are encouraged to do 67 minutes of service, which is 67 was the number of years that he was in prison. And it's to each year. Well, I mean, a lot of the stuff is to encourage you to do service all through the year, but especially on that day to do something to help somebody else. So we went and did the shopping for the Burns unit drop-off that we're going to do. And this year, although we've got quite a lot more money than last year, we are making less toiletry packs because the doctor said they actually wanted to raise some money towards a laser to treat scarring, because obviously burns leave the hard thing about burns for the kids when they have to integrate back into society is that the scarring can be quite disfiguring. And the kids often face quite a lot of being ostracized and being bullied, all of that, because of the way they look, or they've lost fingers, or whatever. I mean, there are some terrible cases where kids have been abandoned after being burnt and stuff. So a lot of the money is going towards this special laser they've got to get from overseas, but it's very expensive. It's about 2 million rand, so we're contributing our money towards that. It's like a drop in the ocean, but, you know, every bit helps, hey? And a huge thank you to everybody that bought the Phoenix hat, because that's how we are raising our funds. So the Phoenix hat on Ravelry, all the proceeds go towards the Burns unit. But a lot of you know this already, so we'll just move on.
I've got a Phoenix hat over there. Do you want to
Yeah, get the Phoenix hat. If you want more details on the Phoenix hat pattern, is a link to the previous videos that describe everything, that why we chose the charity, what we do, why, etc., etc. And it's Rachel's thing. She sort of runs it now.
This one was sent by
And this was
someone.
sent for the whoopsie, I'm going the wrong way. Neither of us are very good at getting in the middle of it. So it's got a mock cable, and it goes up into a little sort of a triangle-y shape here, and that's the little phoenix hat. So the patterns on Ravelry, all the proceeds go towards the charity. So yeah. So we're doing our drop off tomorrow. Yes. And this is the first year that Rachel's been emailing the doctor, and that I've got the boys with me tomorrow because my mom's away. And I'm going to really sort of drop her and the toiletry kits off at the ward, and I'm going to take the boys out, outside to play in the garden, and Rachel can really lead the project and chat to the doctor and get her inspiration for next year or whatever from there. So we bought all the stuff. I think we've got enough for 58 packs this time.
56.
I thought we had 10 and we bought 48. Anyway, well, 56, 58, something like that. That's the number we've got for this year. And then I was counting out the washcloths to go into them, and we were a couple short. Well, 15 to be precise. And look, it doesn't have to have a hand-knitted washcloth, but it is nice in our mind, to get something, and inside is something that somebody's handmade for you when your child is going through such a ordeal in the hospital is really nice. So we try to, if at all possible, include some washcloths. So that's what I've been knitting this week. But very fortuitously, we also got a parcel this week that had some washcloths in. So I will show you that in a minute. But let me show you mostly what I've been knitting. So Mahal, you think, 15 washcloths, that's not so bad. Washcloths are quick. But they still take you at least half a day. And I mean, it's not like I can just sit around and knit all day. So the first two I did are actually in the toiletry packs already. There's one there.
I'll pack them up.
And one there somewhere. So these packs are for the moms that stay in the hospital with children, especially from very impoverished areas where they don't have, their whole shack might have burnt down. They often come from very informal housing settlements where they're either using fire or paraffin, and often the whole lot is burnt. And so the parents are encouraged to do kangaroo care with the children in the hospital. But hygiene is utmost importance when you have burns. And so they like to give each parent a toiletry pack to use while they're in the ward. And so that's what we do. So then I was using it's called Grandma's dishcloth, I think, which makes very good dishcloths. But as you know, on Ravelry, the dishcloth and washcloth patterns are fairly interchangeable. I mean, you could do them. So I have been using some cotton. I've been doing these, you cast on the bottom edge, and then you increase up here, and then you decrease up there. So both of those in there are also like that. So I've done these two green ones, done a brown one with a bit of green. Ooh, wrong way around. Another pink one. Rachel crocheted two.
I like this one best. It reminds me of ice cream.
It does look a bit like Neapolitan ice cream with so that was 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 with the two that I had there. And then I got one from my friend Celia Ann on Saturday at Knitting Group. So what are we on now? 9.
You're 9.
9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes. And then our parcel, we got some more in the parcel there. So that, what are we on now?
11.
9, 10, 11, and we need 15. So I might be able to squeeze one more out this afternoon. Otherwise, I might just have to buy the last few.
50. We've got 11. So that would mean you would make one. That would be 12. You'd need to buy 3.
So yeah, that's just the way it goes. If we don't absolutely get a knitted one for every pack, that's okay. And then we also drop hats off for the children, especially when they're going home or in the winter.
I'll get some hats.
Well, I've made some. So then the other thing I knitted this week was some hats. So that was just a very simple rib pattern. This is quite a bulky yarn. I think it's mostly acrylic. This is and it's got 20% wool in it. A similar one to that.
Hats.
and another one here.
So this is hats. And
Yeah,
this
these
is
are
hats.
all bags full of
This is
hats
some of
ready
the
to go to. I mean, you've seen most of them as they've come in and we've showed you.
This
We're
is
not
one
going to
of my
show you
favorite ones, though.
all of them again. So
And
I did 3 hats and 6 washcloths this week. Which I don't think is that bad for a week. I only started on last week Monday when we came back from doing the shopping for the kids. So I don't think that that's so bad. Yeah. I mean, I make up the hat pattern. I normally cast on a number on the bottom divisible by 8 because 8 makes a good crown decrease. And then I go somewhere, depending on the thickness of the yarn, 80 stitches will make a smallish hat. 96, you can go up to 120 for a bigger. So yeah, it depends. I just kind of cast on some variety and then.
Medium is a generally
So.
this size hat is generally a one that can be.
I mean, that's obviously a smaller child can stretch it, but I took a photo of it on tight, so it's quite cute. But I mean, that can stretch a little bit. So yeah, those were the hats I did, and those were the washcloths that I did. I'm busy with one more hat here, but I haven't. Oops, I've actually pulled my needle out there. I haven't finished. I might not get that into this drop off, and then we just start collecting things again for next year or for the next time we do a drop off. So thank you to everybody that's contributed. It really makes it it makes it wonderful to be able to drop off all these parcels with these little handmade items in them. It's a very special thing to do, isn't it? So we're looking forward to doing that tomorrow. And that's really all my knitting. I did a little bit on my blanket, but not enough to lug it all over here to show you sort of one square. I'll show you when those rows are finished again. I did put the heel in my sock. And then I tried it on, it was very tight. And I think I'd put the heel a bit short. So I made it my old foot form. I know you're supposed to do it out of a bit sort of better or stronger cardboard or whatever, and yeah, this was my old foot form.
It was really good foot form.
It was, but it has seen better days now. It's hard to put the sock on because the whole thing just frummels up like that. So I cut out a new one, and as you can see, I need probably like 1 or 2 more rows, and I was a few rows short actually of doing the heel, and I needed to do a bit of an increase beforehand. I hadn't done that. So I'm not going to knit on this now because I really need to do the increases and then put the heel in. So my socks that are in the contrast toe and heel are absolutely no good. I had a beautiful black heel in and ripped it all out. So this is yarn from Wendy at Yarn Stash, and I think it was called Electric Frozen or something. It was for my birthday. Krimpfadke gave it to me for my birthday. It was something to do with the frozen colours, but in a kind of a brighter pink. So it's sock yarn from Yarn Stash in Pietermaritzburg. So that was that. And these are all, people have given me, a lot of these were all cottons and stuff that we've been given. One is a cotton bamboo mix. I think it's a Vinnie's, and I think that one's also a Vinnie's cotton. So a lot of them are people that have donated cotton to us. I don't even have a lot of the ball bands for these. These are just general.
There's also cottons.
And the hats were all from when that shop that closed down, and we bought a whole bunch of yarns quite inexpensively at the closing down sales. That was what we used for those. And that's all I'm knitting on. Well, that's all I have done this week. So in what have you done before I talk about my planning? Because I've been doing imaginary. I've been doing imaginary knitting. What I would knit if I could.
So I've knitted.
Rachel's knitting on the same thing she's been knitting on, I think, just about all year. So this is her cowl.
Rachel's got time.
Which is in opal.
You have more time than me.
I don't. I just
after we do schoolwork, you
probably knit a bit faster.
There's my sock. It's about that much further.
Rachel's sock and Rachel's cowl, not much further than
this
it was.
This is new.
But you started at the second braid of.
This is 50 grams of the Geeks Like Rainbows from somewhere. Mom.
Countess Ablaze. Geeks Like Rainbows 2, I think is what it's called. You have to hold it a bit close and hold it still.
I'm just talking this so it doesn't. No. So
Go up a bit, it'll focus on there.
it's not focused. It's focusing on your face.
That's not helping so much. There we go.
So
And that you got 400 grams of that, don't you? Your dad gave you quite a lot. So.
and then I've got something else in my room.
Oh.
Let's go get it.
Nearly finished, boys. Not quite yet. You just need quiet for a few more minutes, please, Caleb. Either outside or the passage.
Outside.
Okay, go out the back door, please. Out the back door, please. Out the back door, please.
Okay. What are we playing? Something to be quiet.
Let Pippin go out with you.
Indeed, yeah.
Okay, take maybe out too, please.
And then can you open that thing? This thing fell off. The opener fell off. Boogie. Boogie. Okay.
I don't know how you did this. Oh, yeah, I used to do as well.
Hey.
Okay, there we are. Seems to be. Okay, come.
Okay, so here it is. It's a thing I started ages ago, but only picked up again now. I pulled it out and restarted. So, oops. You crochet in pieces of cuttable t-shirt, and then you go around like that, and it makes that. It makes carpets almost.
Okay, how big are you going to make it? Are you making a table mat, or are you making a carpet, or are you making
Like
a rug?
Little rug for in front of the table.
In front of your?
Door.
Oh, okay. You just got to make sure as you crochet that you keep the tension so it stays flat.
Well, it won't stay flat. It curls a little bit.
Okay.
That should, and then you have to weight it and lay it down.
So you use a cotton and go around the edges and hold the. And
Cut
those are
up
all your
these.
scraps.
I've cut up these and put.
Oh, that's quite sweet.
I've got this bag to cut up.
Oh, is that a bag full of old t-shirting?
Well, not the bag. And here's the stuff to cut
Oh,
up.
okay. Alright. Well, that's nice.
So I started that. And so that's how far I've got.
So that's what you've been doing. And then you crochet the two
Wash.
washcloths as well. Yeah. So
Can I
yeah,
have your foot mold, please?
my foot mold.
This is
You
really
probably
soft.
want, you probably want the newer one. Oh, it's got a little bit of edge that's catching. Let's just cut that. So next week hopefully we'll have more exciting things than 6 washcloths. But yeah, that's what's taken the time this week. So in my fantasy knitting has been, like what do I wish I could be knitting right now, is planning for my leg warmers and yoga socks. So like leg warmers make me think of the 80s, and the 80s make me think of neon. So I'm going to make my leg warmers out of this Floramania, which is very, very neon. I know it doesn't look quite as bright there. It's better in the shadow, I think. Yeah. So this is a Regia.
I think those would be better yoga socks.
Yeah, but I think they make great leg warmers.
No, they're going to strap funny.
Okay. So I am going to make my leg warmers out of these because that's really fun. So as soon as I've cast on the last washcloth and finished it, I am making neon leg warmers.
Look how close I am.
Oh, you actually made some decent progress. You knit a bit looser so you can give it a bit of a stretch as well to kind of take up some of the looser knitting. Yeah, you've done quite well.
You pulled all
I
the
know, but
stitches
if the foot form is bigger than the
loops.
tiny needles. You, Rachel's still working on her tension. She's got a very, very loose tension when knitting, so she's actually got to try to
knit tight. This is
tighten up a little bit.
I figured out how to knit tight.
You have to wrap the...
You just go like this, but it's very hard to knit like this.
You've got to keep some tension in the yarn at the back.
Mom stole my project.
We'll just have something to knit that I didn't have to think too much during the podcast, hey? Yeah, so those are my leg... Oh, the yoga instructor today was wearing such nice leg warmers. They looked like a double knit, and they weren't puffy ones. They were just... It had a rib on the bottom, and then it went all the way up her calf. So it went, you know, from the rib on the bottom... Oh, man, I put my leg the wrong way. That way.
Use my leg.
So from the rib on the bottom here... Then it went all the way up and sort of stayed up here, but they weren't puffy. They were quite sort of fitted on her leg, and they were all cabled.
I don't think they were hand knitted.
No, probably not. They were all cabled and all beautiful and very nice. I was thinking, oh my goodness, imagine spending that much time cabling too. They didn't slip down or anything at all. Some very nice leg warmers. But they look double knit. If I'm going to do these, I think I'm going to do these just plain.
Why simple?
To be quick, and then I'll have to make some other
do double knit
leg warmers as well. And I want to do some yoga socks.
My plan of doing out of the yarn over there into leg warmers, I'm not going to do. They're too thin.
Oh, where's the yarn you want to cast on next? So what are you going to do with them instead?
Make yoga socks.
Yoga socks. Okay. So yoga socks have no toes and no heels.
Is it?
It's
in this.
And this was her present from Ushi, who came to visit us, and she gave her. It's not.
It was
up. This is the yarn that she's going to use for her. Can I fit that in the screen even? I have to go like this.
Let me fit it.
So this is Edith's. Hand gevaarde, I suppose it must be hand dyed wolle, Woll und Meer. And this is from Germany. And it is 75% superwash and 25%
this is how you fit it in.
nylon.
You just
a smiley face, a heart face. And so yeah, she's going to make her yoga socks. Others. The yoga socks don't have to be as long. You can though. You can do it with the little foot, and then you can make them as long as you like. Then they're almost yoga socks and leg warmers all in one.
Do them together.
Yeah.
Okay. My leg warmers are going to be out of the thick stuff I have in my stash.
Okay, you're gonna make thicker leg so it goes quicker.
Yes. Leg warmers sound like they'll take forever.
Yeah. So that's my fantasy knitting at the moment. Okay. The other thing we've got to show you is the parcel. What have we got this week? So we got a whole big box. So we got this lovely letter, and it says, Rachel. She was sending her some greetings, a hat for the Phoenix charity, and she enjoys the podcast, and she sort of likes Rachel's way of helping people and charity work and all that. And then there was a letter. There was an instructions. Where's the instruction thingy? Did we lose that?
I'll unpack it everything so no one gets to see.
Oh, here we go. Right. So here we got instructions.
Let's follow the instructions.
So I'll tell you on the instructions. Okay, so the donation is the Phoenix hat for the Burns unit.
And 2 washcloths.
And some washcloths. Here's the hat. You can see there as the... Put that in the middle. The little triangle goes up there.
That's a much better one to see it.
It is better to see the how the design
on
goes.
On the camera, it's easier to see it on the
so put that straight in the
this
handbag.
really cool one.
And
this cool one.
Yeah, nice colours. Hey, this what you call it, turquoise.
And then this one.
So 2 more washcloths for our pile. Okay, then for Rachel, there's a doggy fabric project bag. She's so cute. She says she doesn't sell the bags, she just makes them for friends. And a little bit of extra doggy fabric if she wants to make something for herself. Is that from the inside? That is so cute, little bones on it.
And it opens.
Oh, nice. A nice boxy bag on the bottom. That's a lovely bag.
So it closes like that.
And then the cleverest plastic boxes. And she said she's not sure how well they would survive in the mail, but they did. They survived perfectly. So the 2 plastic boxes. There's a small box for carrying stitch markers, darning needles, the puppy snips.
You can
put all the little stitch markers in there. That's really cute. Hey?
And then you close it up. And then you have a bigger pouch on the top with
all the little snips and stuff.
Doggy.
Cute. Is it actually a little dog?
It's a dog.
Oh, look at that. That's very sweet.
And these are its legs.
Very cute. And then the other plastic box, the larger one, she uses for storing her drop spindle project in because it's a little bit longer, which is so clever.
So you open
and you keep your fibre and your and spindle all safe in the...
Let's have a little test with the spindle. I need to have a shorter piece of fibre because fibre is a little bit big.
You might need to break and then
Actually, it works.
Wait, it does fit. All in the box.
And it protects it.
Yeah. So that's really, really nice. Then she got some spinning fibre by the Fibre Nymph Dye Works in 75% BFL and 25% silk blend, which is gorgeous.
I haven't taken it out.
And look at these lovely colours.
Here's
the card for the Fibre Nymph Dye Works.
It smells like Altoids.
Oh yeah, there was an Altoids tin in it.
So here we go. It's much more. Not showing.
Much more?
Like
it's got the silk in it, so
it's not showing. In the pink area. So it fits in this bag. Somehow. I can't fit it back in. What's next on the list?
And then there's some Plymouth yarn.
This?
Called Diversity. She's never used it before, but it's supposed to be stretchy sock yarn.
This.
And then she said she thought the stretchiness might help with your socks that sometimes you struggle with having high arches. So that seems like really fun.
What's in it?
Sock yarn to use. It's well, it's certainly got elastic in it. So this is quite springy. That's really cool.
I had a little look down here, and it's not just these colours. It goes into some pinks and purples.
Let me see. What does it go into? Pink. Oh wow!
It goes into pinks and purples.
Goodness me, you're gonna have to knit those now.
These are gonna be socks.
Very nice. So those are great socks.
With heels.
With heels. Okay.
Not yours. So what's next?
So that's the Plymouth Yarn Diversity one for stretchy socks. Then there's some Patterns Croy socks in sock yarn. These are very nice. Get 2 of these.
But it's a nice colours. I haven't peeled down the balls yet.
I think these are the same.
They are.
Yeah. So this doesn't have a colour. Also, the boys are playing quite
rough outside.
Wildly out there.
7
Meadow stripes.
Oh, wait. So these ones,
and then she got a double knit scarf. This was in my gift basket, and I thought that you would like it. Look at that! Rachel gets her own whole double knitted
and it's
scarf
2 sides.
Yeah, well, that's what double knitting is. So it goes from pink into a light pink, a brown, into really sort
And
of
it's
colour.
really cool the way it fades.
Yeah, really lovely. In this sort of checkerboard pattern.
I was waiting to be able to wear this.
Oh yeah, we've had the box on the. You need to go once. The other side needs to go a bit longer. There you are. Right, and then she got some sweets. She got some Altoids mints. We don't get Altoids here, and I know the tins are so. My husband is desperate for Altoids tins because you can do all sorts of Arduino and geeky kind of things where you program an Arduino to do all sorts of things, and so he's always looking for Altoids tins. So I think he might have to pry the tin away from Rachel, but so she got a little Altoids tin.
Have a look how empty it is.
Yeah, Rachel ate a lot of these. I think she only collected them on Tuesday, so. And then some apple gummy candies, which are very nice.
They're supposed to be 100. I think they're about 20 left.
Yeah, these are very, very nice. They're soft and gummy, because normally when you get sweets like this, you expect them to be hard, but they're soft, gummy candy. Oh, they're very nice. So there's those. And then there's some traditional medicine teas. And these are, it's a tea company local to her. So she likes herbal teas and included a sample pack. So there's a cold care, an echinacea, a throat coat, and a breathe easy. And seeing as it's winter here and everybody's getting coughs and colds, this is very much appreciated. And they smell lovely. Right, and then lastly was the Bala Jolla fingering weight yarn. This is for me. And it is in a pink and purple, and this is for Sally Jane. So this is one for me. And this, oops.
What does it sound like?
It's a berry cocktail. It says for Sally Jane.
Here are all my empty apples.
And look how nice that is. So pretty. Pink and purple. So that one was mine. And I don't think we said that all of this was from Marianne. So thank you so much. What a wonderful parcel, and just in time for us to take everything tomorrow to the Burns unit. So thank you so much. Rachel's been thoroughly spoiled.
They look like this, and they're
Soft and gummy. They're very delicious. So that was the parcel that we got this week. And that was all of our knitting. So it's short and sweet this time. And Rachel can tell you next time about how she went with the drop-off, and hopefully I'll have some yoga knitting to share with you. And thanks for joining us.